I didn't know he was in here.
All you fucking nerds talk about WoW.
For real,
Ugh,
let's talk about D&D, some real fucking Chad shit.
It's like, wow,
fucking Giga Chad shit.
today we're gonna kill a bunch of boars.
Hell
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we gonna grind out some fucking
Will
copper,
they
man.
be? Will they
Well,
be
you know what?
carrying little
Maybe
notebooks?
they'll give me some gold, okay?
Y'all gotta be pandas.
Do I get to go to the vendor and vendor all of my fucking grays from the boars, Garrett?
There
Might
is a
send you a bunch of
small
platinum mail.
possibility that I might have to
Just
like
straight
jump
platinum.
off for a minute to bring one of Zoe's friends home. They're hanging out right now, but their parents are supposed to come grab her at some point, but I don't know.
If
So
they're gonna
I
actually
say
do it.
I gotta go. I will be back, but I don't. It might take 10, 15 minutes.
Understood.
She
Yeah,
lives
it'd
in the
be fun.
neighborhood or whatever, but yeah. So if I just say something and then disappear, it's probably me saying I gotta go and be right back.
Sounds good.
But
All
yeah,
right, who's doing last time on D&D?
Don't you fucking ask me. Just don't do it.
John, you do it.
Well, last time we almost fucking died. A lot.
You're not narrowing it down,
Several.
John.
Last time in the past 35 sessions.
I think like I got real fucking close to dead.
Every time Pitch decided he was able to touch something.
Oh wait, no, I think that was a different time because we
We
lost
fought.
contact with fucking D&D Beyond last time.
Yeah,
We fought
I remember that.
a Bob Ross version of an evil Vigo, Joan of Arc. Patrick summoned an ass
Oh,
load
that's
of
right.
badgers out of his
That's after we
little
jumped in the
ass.
whirlpool. We fought the crazy bitch and then almost died. Yeah, yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Upon actually killing her, we realized that the portal was still open. We jumped through the fucking portal and came across this beach with pink sand and a never-ending night sky full of stars where the water reflected said stars, with a lone door sitting in the middle of the ocean. And we took a rest, not knowing where the journey's going to bring us.
Needed rest.
We did.
That's what I said. We took a
Rest.
rest.
We did.
Macro wise, does anyone remember while we're here what we're doing this craziness for?
We are
Because
trying
this
to
is
find.
where one of the strings are, and one of the strings being one of the things holding the universe together.
Yes.
We're
It's
trying to get
right,
here
guys.
before the demons.
These pillars of reality are being accosted by these evil forces. And you're trying
Fucking
to
elves.
get to them first.
So far,
Fucking
we have
hell.
not seen any men in these
Garrett made this
pillars.
campaign specifically to make us hate elves so that we wouldn't make elves in the next campaign because we always make elves.
You one of them self-hating elves.
Joke's on you, I don't believe I'm an elf.
I just don't believe in elves. They don't exist. Never seen them.
It's only this one subset of elves that are evil. It's kind of like what's the most racist thing I could say? There's a lot of
Porny-eared.
options.
Around elves, watch yourselves.
Oh wow,
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
the
god.
whole like
Never relax.
Nixon campaign.
These fucking knife ears, right?
Knife ears. I've heard that one before.
You spent some time in Tabaxi Land. You gathered some intel, did some side quests, all good stuff there. Progressing along, you found out that there, in Tabaxi lore, there was this god that used to live in a volcano that became over the centuries a caldera. In the center of it was this giant whirlpool. So you kind of rightly assumed this was leading you in the right direction and cannonballed in at haste, not taking a single second thought to that, and it brought you to this kind of strange under the ocean structure where these giant stone doors were um, leading you forward, and there was a door guardian, as you mentioned, this strange kind of wooden marionette creature with a giant horse. He was kind of like a lancer. She was beating you guys up pretty well, but you bravely fought against her and won,
I
entering through the
distinctly
door.
remember her running away from me the entire time.
She did be doing that.
She wouldn't stand and fight me like a man.
Oh yeah, that's whenever I was trying to figure out the firestorm, and I just made like 2 blocks, and then you all were like, you can make like 10 blocks,
Or
James. I was like, oh,
Oh.
Not like it's like a 10 foot of fire.
yeah, I was like 10 square feet of fire. Cool, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Y'all
the
were
name
like,
of the spell
no,
makes a lot more sense whenever you can cover the entire
yeah,
battlefield with fucking rage and hate.
yeah. I was like, that's really anticlimactic for a spell called firestorm, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah. All you gotta do is read your spells. I mean,
Let's
You went
be
Reading
through
the
honest.
spell explains the spell.
Reading is a skill Pitch may not have.
Yeah, it's true. You went through the sort of painted portal, and you stepped into a strange world, meeting the cool pink sand, as you mentioned, and a blue-green ocean that seemed to be full of stars itself, with a mirror into the night sky, a fractal reflection of itself, endless in its grandeur. Your small island is mostly barren, save for a small short tree, still growing, not producing any fruit yet, if it ever will, who knows. In the starry water, there's a simple wooden door, standing, waiting.
All right, who's opening it?
Well,
You
the
know
dome.
damn well I'm opening that
Yeah,
door.
I know.
you're gonna have to race me first. Ah!
Yeah, I opened the last one. Ain't happening twice.
Most of you like clamber for the door and like all kind of fall into it comically.
I'm just gonna let the dome fade away as they all run out and dust the sand off myself.
So, when we enter the Monsters Inc. factory, what do we have to roll initiative, or is that
The
what's
sphere of
going on
annihilation door.
here? Yeah, a sphere of annihilation door.
I'm also gonna scoop up a handful of the sand and kind of stuff it in a pocket of my bag.
Okay, it's very fine pink sand, no free of any pollutant or debris or trash.
Free of harmful parabens.
Is it like a legitimate, like, full-on beach?
Yeah, yes, it's very small, but yes.
Kinda do like the sand, like.
You taking a
Yeah,
vacation?
while we're
Yep.
here, right fast, just so you can leave your mark, make a sand elf.
Sandel.
I mean,
You know how to do
I
a
was
snow
just
angel,
gonna
don't you?
put a little bit of the sand in me pouch, but
Oh, well, I was gonna say
yeah,
lay
I'll
down
make a
and
sand elf.
yeah, lay down, just wave your arms and legs real fast. You know, just go nuts with it.
Yeah.
One interesting point as you set out, the water resists your heavy boot steps, and you walk upon its top as though you were some savior of a religion.
Wait, what?
They,
I can't get
they're
in.
not as amused. I think I've made them water walk before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's an old hat, but there
you
was no
did
magic
for
before it.
quite some time.
Wait,
After we
I
sunk
can't
that
get
ship.
into water.
I like
Oh, it pushes back.
How hard does it push back? I try really hard to get into water.
There's a lot of water, and it's filled with a bunch of stuff, so there's all kind of magic forces going on here.
I stomp real hard.
It feels like kind of stomping on a goo, a super fluid.
Oobleck.
Eats your force and then pushes it back against you.
You guys see this shit? I hit it with my hammer.
It does the same, but more.
Yeah, it's
Holy
magic.
fucking shit!
It's simple. It's magic. It's gonna happen.
Hold on, hold on,
Drink
hold on.
some. Drink some.
I'm gonna hold on. Yes,
Drink. Drink.
I'm-
Drink.
I'm
Drink.
getting out me water skin, and I'm trying to
What's
get
wrong
some.
with you guys?
You're
I'll
one to
try to
talk,
scoop
James.
some up. Can I scoop some?
No, you can't. It doesn't appear to want to separate.
All right, I get down and I try to suck some up.
You try, and it's tasteless, and not very much like water at all. Though by all appearances, it is.
I lick it.
Nothing
There's some
Lick.
good science going on, but you can't really divine much from it. It's utterly tasteless and smellless.
This shit is fucking crazy, guys. It's kind of like licking ice, except it's not cold, and it
Yeah, it's
and it
not.
doesn't. Your tongue don't stick to it.
It's utterly inert.
Does it like ripple whenever I do stuff to it?
Yeah, it acts very much like water, just in all but its properties. And
Can we
looking
come
down,
back to this later? This is like really cool.
Looking down is like dizzying. It's like you're looking directly into the night sky, and you see all these like stars twinkling in the distance. You see suns, galaxies, and all this.
Guys, we gotta come back. I want to sleep on this.
We can
It
try,
does
but
sound pretty
there's no
nice.
guarantee it doesn't
It'll
wake
be
up.
like a bed of water.
That's just crazy enough to work.
Nobody has ever told about this before, but I want to sleep underwater.
Can I roll to see if we man, I'm just trying to think of how we could go about inspecting this to divine whatever the hell it is. You guys have any ideas other than licking it?
I mean,
have
I've
to
done
continue
everything
onward.
I can think of. I like stomped it real hard. I hit it with
Um,
me hammer.
Just look at you all like you're idiots and be like, I'm fucking leaving. I open the door.
Oh
The
fuck! I
wooden
forgot
door.
about the door. I leave.
The wooden door opens to a quaint home, wooden and thatched. A small fire burns in the hearth, warming a cool, rainy afternoon. The knickknacks and small trinkets on the wooden shelves and mantelpiece all spin slowly, like ballerinas. A small gold spoon spinning slowly, standing upright. A uniquely colored rock spinning slowly in its place. A small dining room nook and a wooden table sit with knit placemats demarking 3 places at the table. At the head of the table, a figure sits, humanoid, though his features are blank and empty. His face is almost transparent, the same blue-green sea color hue that was part of the vast ocean, with the same twinkling star points within. The strange, translucent man sits calmly at the tables. At the table, the wooden spoons and forks spinning slowly.
Holy shit! So he looked like he's made of the same water as outside the door.
Yes.
Uh,
in a bit.
being a man of religious reverence, I will I guess sort of bow and make a Kosuthian uh, gesture. I'm not sure where to go with that,
That's where you
but
just flip people off, right?
yeah, that's for sure. That's
I
the
always
gesture.
thought it was, when you make the hand symbols for Zoltan.
I thought it was like the Nazi, like you do still.
Oh, jeez.
All right, I think.
At your greeting, the figure stands and welcomes you. He gives a little curt bow himself. In a plain, boring, sort of regular voice coming from no mouth, he says, "Welcome to my home, brave warriors. I have no food
Uh,
to offer, but I must ask a question of you before you continue onward. You, the first to have tread on this dream in many years."
I walk over to him and look real close. Does he look like the same water as outside?
Yes, he does. Filled with stars.
I lick him.
Do not.
oh, don't lick him, Yorick. Don't lick him.
I lick him.
Oh God.
So
The actions of this man do not represent the actions of the group as a whole.
Yeah, utterly tasteless, without smell or taste or.
He is the
feel.
same.
He puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "I'm afraid I probably won't live up to your expectation."
No, you did. You're the same.
I'd just
You're
be
the same.
worrying about living up to Yorick's taste.
Yeah.
I wonder if I hit him with my hammer, does it do the same thing?
Oh,
He's
no,
just
that's
like, you hear his skull just crack. And he's just like, oh god, oh god.
Oh Jesus. I'll
He
say,
said,
who are you?
"I'm merely a messenger, a mirror to your own selves.
I
You
don't like that.
wish to protect the sleeping god, but waking her will expose her to the same danger you intend to save her from. In this dream, she can wrap herself in memory and expectation, safe in the infinite from the dark gods who wish to sever her connection to this world. You think you can protect her, and are you ready for the consequences if you can?"
I think
What
with
the?
having failed once, we have no choice other than to succeed.
You considered that the great enemy of all living things, the dweller upon the threshold, is manipulating you to walk this very path.
Well, what other choice do we have?
One pillar has already been slain. The world quakes um, as beings who have no right to exist hunger with anticipation. You must be sure of the cause you believe in.
I don't know what anybody's talking about right now.
Well, if
One of the first times I agree with him.
if we aren't the ones to wake her and protect her, then the ones who will do so following us will ensure that she does not survive.
Did y'all wake up a god last time?
No, we came into one that was already awoken.
So
So,
how does any of this make sense?
well, we seek to protect the ones that are obviously, or at least this one that's slumbering, but we come in seeking to ensure their safety, whereas the White Knights, they come seeking to destroy anything of their kind. So, they'd be awoken either way, whether it be us or the latter.
That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. What are we talking about anymore?
You'll you'll see soon
Wouldn't they
enough.
be able to like protect themselves if they awake?
No, not in the slightest. Them as our um, acquaintance here, I can only assume that he's implying that this one included and the other four strings are all slumbering. And if they slumber, then they cannot be awoken. Or cannot be um, found.
Then how the fuck did they kill the first one? If you didn't wake 'em up,
That we don't know.
did somebody else wake 'em up?
Yes.
Must have been.
As, each of the young godlings interact with this reality in different ways. The one you intend to save uh, sleeps her time away in the endless aeons.
Well, what's the repercussions if we do wake her up, other than her being revealed of her location and being in danger? What's the event that would happen? What's the cause of the initial awakening, rather?
Is the her we're talking about one of the strings?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm like,
Um, at your hands, you have two paths, both fraught with risk and danger. Exchanging one, taking a direct action, has its own risks, but the responsibility will be entirely on your shoulders. Uh, Not trusting yourselves will leave a risk in itself. The forces of the Dweller will certainly try to sever the string, but it's not guaranteed.
So the only way to awaken them is to sever a string.
Waking her will expose her to danger. In the dreamland, she lay labyrinthian in her thoughts.
Are you saying so long as it like she's asleep, she can't get hurt?
A risk, as I said. Do not know.
So,
But but the other one got killed. We didn't wake her up, so maybe they woke her up. So like, what's stopping them from coming and waking her up and then killing her anyways?
well, the thing is, they
Yeah.
have to find out where she is. We know because we've seen, you know, that Oracle gave us visions of the locations. We don't know if the other party in question knows of these locations or where they're even at or what they plan on doing. But we decided to jump the gun ahead of them and try to protect any of the ones that we could that were closest.
Well, what's the boon from waking her up? We know the bane.
So did like y'all? What made y'all move here, if not like seeing where they was going?
Well, she was the closest. This location was the closest to where the first one was found.
So you've got like no idea where the fuck your enemy's going.
No,
Nope.
we just took the assumption that they would move in a linear pattern to see which, which one they can get to first.
We picked the closest one.
But if we can get one before they do, that's one less that they can get their hands on.
So we like kill this guard before they can kill it.
No, we don't want to kill them. We want to protect them. If they die, then their string is severed, and that weakens the plane of existence's connection.
So we just need to like kill the enemies.
Well, there's
Play some defense.
yeah, and Yark, don't take this lightly. You haven't come into quarters
Your
with them,
parents
but
came? Alright. Night.
you haven't come in quarters with them, so you don't know what strength they have, and they outnumber us severely.
I I think we should
Murder all the enemies.
well, sure, yeah, but
I mean,
That's on the
We
to-do list.
we've
what's
got
the
a
plus
plan.
for waking her
Let's
up?
go.
did we get this guy's name yet?
I asked him who he was. He said he's
He,
just a messenger.
yeah, he's a
Okay.
messenger and
I'm gonna
a
look at him and
reflection of
say,
ourselves.
okay. I'm gonna say, what can we call you?
Anything you like?
I mean, sure, I'm
What a boy.
Well, better question is whom Waterboy serves.
What we blue slay.
say.
All right, Waterboy, who do you serve?
Um, Good question. He is
The
only here
Lord
to ask.
There's no way
Jesus.
he doesn't know.
Is I am only here to deliver that message, and more importantly, to make sure you know of your responsibilities, the difficult path ahead of you, and to be wary, not manipulated.
What can you tell us about the strings? Is there anything that you can tell us on top of what we already know that could help us moving forward, not only to keep the strings safe, but also to keep ourselves safe?
I do not know. I'm only a part of this one. Each one is different. I'm only an
Okay.
aspect of the dream.
If we wake up the other one, would it be able to like tell us like which one of them is more vulnerable or something?
I do not know.
Yes, aside from vulnerability, what is waking them up doing for us?
I mean, like if you're asleep, you can't really defend yourself. Like, if I'm asleep and you like whack me in the head with a hammer, I'm probably not gonna get back up. But if I'm awake and you hit me in the head with a hammer, I'm probably gonna beat your face in with that same hammer.
I mean, is the risk in that they are free to move around now and they could move to a dangerous spot?
Like letting out animals from the
Yeah, pretty much.
house. Gets run
You're
over.
safe in the house.
Door
So,
opens. A door to it's kind of like in between the kitchen and the dining area. A door opens and it opens to this like beautiful, uh, picturesque, sort of uh, uh, real world references. Kind of like European with the green foliage and the dirt road, and there's this like kind of like big hay bale. And it's kind of lightly raining. It's very beautiful. It's like almost at dusk.
Nothing happening through the door. Just it just opens.
Yep, just a very beautiful, nice scene. Makes you want to take a nap, read a book.
I highly doubt that.
I already had my nap.
I guess I'll turn to the messenger and thank them for their information and their guidance.
I
Feel
feel
like
like we didn't get anything out
Yeah,
of it in here.
I feel like we haven't exhausted the conversation as much as we should have. Like
Well,
there are more things that we should be asking, but we're kind of not doing it.
well,
I
if the
don't. I
door
don't feel
opened
like
up, it
he
seems
has
like
the
yeah.
answers.
I feel
Well, it's
like
not that
the
he has
answer
all the answers.
is we like murder the shit out of everything until they all stop.
It's not. I don't think that it's not. I don't think it's that he has all the answers. I think that he may have some answers to some things.
All right,
And that,
Garrett, we're ready to flip the campaign. I stab the goddess.
damn it.
You could. D&D, baby.
That's
I mean,
terrible.
look,
Terrible. Just terrible.
I don't,
Um.
I
They
don't
go through the
understand how it
doors.
makes it.
Okay. Before I go through the doors, I'm gonna look to the messenger and say, "Is there anything else that you can tell us as the messenger?"
Is there any information you have that ties the strings to 60 and Sibirax?
That's
Uh, I, I do not know the outside world. I've never been.
What makes you think that they're safer while they're sleeping?
Uh, I don't really think. I only uh, tell. But uh, the little godling can dream anything she wants. A labyrinth, a door guardian, a small house she used to live at. You'd have to navigate through them to get to her.
I'll listen. I'll listen for him.
No, it
Did
seems
that
like
make
our
sense to any of you? Because it didn't make sense to me.
I go
Yark.
through the door.
Yeah, as we continue, I'll just tell Yark that we're in a dream of a goddess
That's
or
not
a
the
godling, not a
Oh,
demigod, a mini god.
so we just like slap the shit out of her until she wakes up, right?
So wait a minute. Wait
What?
a minute. Did he ever
What?
respond to my question?
Not really, no.
No,
What
because
was the
No.
room they
my
were in?
question.
If he can't answer my question, then there's nothing else that we can ask him. That means that he's
That's why I go
literally.
through the
Right, I
door.
get
There's,
that, James. I was just trying to cover my fucking bases, man. I didn't.
is it just an empty room with them in a chair?
No, it's like a very
No, it's
quaint little house.
It's a cottage.
We're not having a
Okay.
redo of the Widdershins incident with
Is
Pathfinder, dude.
is there a bookcase in this house?
I mean, we sort of
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
No, we are not.
Gotta
That'll
go
be
inspect the
every.
books on the
That didn't go
bookcase.
badly.
Yes.
sure.
All right.
What?
The Withershins thing did not go
Why was the
badly.
door open?
Do you need any kind of rolls or anything, or
Looking at the small bookshelf, you see that there are various books. On the spines, it's just kind of gibberish. It's an amalgamation of letters and words that don't really mean anything. Possibly just the half-remembered look of something than the direct one-to-one relationship.
I take some?
They are books.
I
Inside
will- I
they're
will- I will take some gibberish books that I cannot read.
inside they're empty, save for a couple that have some pictures on them, usually of scenic locations or interesting points of view. It seems to be the pictures were the remembered part, not the words themselves.
And there are how many?
As many as you want. There's a 2 dozen or so on the small bookshelf.
Okay, I'll
So
take
look down.
3. I'll take 2 with pictures and 1 without.
Okay.
I
Alright.
like the picture ones.
Right?
Yeah, that's good for you, Ari.
Who knows? Maybe when we leave, words will fill them. Who knows?
Oh, that's yeah, that's a
Tasty.
good idea.
That's tasty.
What
Oh,
you said that there are books left?
Like 2 dozen books, he said.
he only
Hmm.
grabbed
Scrap.
like 4 or 5.
Um,
You guys grabbing a bunch of books?
Yeah, I guess.
yeah, hell yeah. Why
Why?
wouldn't I?
Why?
James,
So,
did
Water
you?
Boy, look, do you know anything about anything that doesn't have to do with the sleepy person here?
He says no.
Nope, not really.
No. He's just gonna. I'm gonna.
I'm
Not
gonna have to say no,
curtail
boss.
that. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, trying to be like cryptic, but
Are you gonna be mad if I try something?
He's like just a construct. He doesn't
Yeah,
know
he's
anything outside of this reality.
don't understand
exactly.
mad. I don't feel.
Good. And I grab me hammer.
Fucking stab him.
And I fucking hit him with everything I've got.
Um, so, okay, you finish that up, and then let me know when he's done mutilating the construct.
Yeah, I have
I
He
another
need to
kind
idea.
of.
see if it works the same way as the water outside.
It does. It kind of squishes in, and it seems like as though you were hitting water with a hammer. It makes this kind of un uh a little thunk onto the surface of it, and it all separates
And
into a
non-Newtonian ass.
yeah, it's kind of a wet quote unquote without the water aspect of it, sort of a super fluidish, makes a dull thunk and then reforms back into its
Holy
vague
shit,
shape.
he is the same, guys.
It makes that good pussy sound that mac and cheese makes.
Oh my god.
Like, you're coming with me.
In more ways than one, you're coming with me.
Oh god,
Okay. I'm sorry. Let's
And here I
continue.
thought Caleb wasn't with us.
I have another idea I want to try after you're done.
Oh, I'm
Good
done.
God.
I had to know. I had to know, and it was everything that I thought it would be and more. It's so great. I just
Uh,
like caress him a little bit and like try to slowly push me finger in.
Jesus Christ.
Resist,
So, anyway, back to the books while he's finger banging the water guy.
of course.
Uh,
Gone in a weird direction.
um, can uh, can I try to sense if any of the books are magical or like,
I imagine they're all illusionary and don't have anything in the pages,
well, fuck, I don't know. You
Try
never
some
know, man.
which is why I've
magic.
been trying to go through the door for like
Yes,
15
James, I'm
minutes.
sure you have, but this is not just James's campaign. If it was, we would all be dead a long time ago.
From lava.
Yeah, from lava.
What do the books have in them, Garrett?
Either nothing or pictures.
Yes, thank you.
I'm gonna take one, and I'm gonna write Zataran was here in the book.
Okay. You have a pen, or do you
I have a
expel?
wizardly quill. A
Oh,
bonus action: create a magic quill that requires no ink.
whoa, that's awesome. That could be
All right.
really useful in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm. And I can erase anything with it just by waving a feather over it. So, but I will write Zataran was here. Close the book. Put it back on the shelf.
Like, is this like y'all are saying this is a dream, right?
He
It's
thinks it is.
James is
If you
pretty
die in the
good.
dream, you die in real life. Just saying that now.
I'm assuming it's not a dream. It's actually a pocket dimension that's inhabited by the deity.
All right, I think about boobies. Lots of boobies.
All right,
It's not a
so
lucid dream.
I'm
Do
gonna
they
I'm
come
gonna
back?
go
Yeah,
through the
no.
door.
No
I'm at
boobies.
the door too.
I don't even want to go in the door anymore.
You step
We
one
leave.
foot
We
onto
leave
the
James.
sort of idyllic, uh, slightly rainy countryside road with the hay on the one side, and there's like pasture out to the left. And the second your foot hits the wet dirt, you are in a deep realm belonging to what appears to be dwarves. Um, you see out from every direction instantly miles of architectural marvel expanding in every direction you can see, district upon district of soaring walls and spiraling walkways, glistening windows, this construct, this circular sort of madness and this eldritch like soaring of this huge circular sort of infinite build going up and up and up and up. Um, you're in the center of this place, like 360-degree. Everywhere you look, it feels like you're entrapped in walls. Um, these great black stone edifices. Um, in the center where you are is our gargantuan structure that it looks like sort of a telescope. It's this giant telescope that comes apart in this U shape, and on the end you can see like where you peer into it. And on the ceiling, high above, is a replica of the cosmos. And it's these glistening stars high in the ceiling, and you know the telescope is pointed here, and this sort of pale dwarf is busy jotting down constellations and such. You
I would
see,
like to approach the telescope.
okay, okay, 1 second. You see, you hear sounds of construction, dwarves talking with each other. It's kind of this bustling metropolis. You hear the banging of dwarves working hard, stone crafts and stone work and masonry. These dwarves are ghost pale, with almost like small vestigial eyes. Um, yes, that is what you see. Quite a sight. You approach the great telescope.
Who's all going through that door?
Everyone.
Everybody.
I think the
Alright.
second you touch the floor, the room falls away, and we're in this new.
Yeah, so you can't even see the door that we walked through anymore. We're just
No.
in this new area.
Yeah.
It's like that scene on Doctor Strange where he gets his soul thrown out of his
Okay,
body. We
yeah,
just.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
Quite.
Yes, Garrett, hide the books from them.
Nah, I still have the books with me.
Yes, you do.
Do you have the booby books?
I'm gonna
Oh,
open
no,
a book and
boobies
look
do.
at it.
It's
God.
the same.
Same.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm
Jesus
gonna take one. I'm gonna use my quill. I'm gonna draw some boobs in it for you. There you go.
That's at least
Hey!
30 minutes of Yarick attention right there. Approaching the great stone, not stone, approaching the great, you're in the stone city. This is circular, like walled city. You approach the great telescope and it's encased in gold and shining ruby. And the dwarf looks up at you with no sense of surprise or, you know, fear or anything. He just gives you a nod and continues his work.
Them nice boobies
Hmm.
you got up here.
I'll say, are you not weirded out by the fact that we're just
A fish.
up in your space all of a sudden?
Says, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you know the water boy?
What is that?
Do you know who we are?
I do not, but I'm sure you're part of the city, as we all are.
Do
In what
people
city would that
normally
be?
show up in here?
No.
I'm gonna be straight with you. No idea where we are. No idea what you're doing. No idea what's going on.
Yep.
So if you could fill us in real quick, I know you're probably busy with your constellations. I would love to be on our way and let you get back to your work.
He does look a little confused at this, and he says, well, of course, I'm doing the great work. Uh,
Which is
Well, you must do the great work as well. All dwarves must do the great work.
Ah,
I look at myself.
No, you're you. Just as handsome as
Okay.
ever.
yes, a
So why would you
dwarf.
assume
Uh,
that?
I'll start speaking dwarf and tell him yes. Everyone has their part in the great work.
Of course, of course.
Look, I know I'm usually the one that's fucking bonkers here, but what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Hmm.
The great work, uh, the cosmos above reflects the ground below. City of gold awaits us.
Uh, where? Because all I see is a city of stone.
You gotta share what you're smoking with us, man.
We search every day for the great city of gold, and all of our dreams can be fulfilled.
Oh, so you're searching
you
the
able to make your
constellations?
monthly payments there?
What are you talking about?
He's looking for the lost city of El Dorado.
It's a great movie.
Motherfucker spends his days looking at a telescope. You can't tell me he ain't broke.
But so the city of gold is in the stars.
Oh, you
The
gonna be
stars
mad if I
reflect the
try
Earth
something.
Okay, so you're looking to the stars to find the location on the planet.
for a map.
What is your name,
Ah,
crazy man?
He says,
interesting.
"Great question.
Let me go randomize this.
Let me look at dwarven names. His name is Alfrodier.
Okay.
Alfred, dear, may I look at your maps?
Certainly, certainly.
I start looking at the map, seeing if I can find anything that I recognize, making sure we're still on the same plane of existence.
What you want to? Well, he doesn't have any maps per se. Did you mean a telescope? Is that what
Oh,
you?
I looked at the telescope too. That was the main
Okay.
reason I walked over here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, he doesn't have any like maps out or anything. He seems to be just peering within.
I want to be more
Um,
forthcoming with why we're here, but I feel like that might be dangerous information to divulge.
Looking at the map. No, you got me doing it. Looking into the grand telescope, you see an infinite starscape upon you. You look in as though looking into this infinite void of twinkling stars. You can see constellations you recognize, constellations you don't. You see the three suns of your world. You see other suns, other galaxies. It's like this telescope has this infinite power and can go forever in every direction at once. It's almost too much for you to take in. It makes you dizzy and nauseous.
I want to stay here forever.
Give
Like
me
like opening up an Elder Scroll.
Yes.
give me a check of some kind.
You need a saving
Intelligence
throw?
check.
uh, Arcana,
Constitution,
perhaps?
Say
intelligence.
I would say
Is it a check or a
intelligence.
saving throw?
Not a saving throw, just
Okay.
It's just a
Arcana.
roll,
have a saving
Magic.
throw against a mental breakdown.
pretty
Arcana
much.
check, you said?
Yeah,
27, but plus 9, 16.
not bad.
Jeez,
Um,
+9. That
it's
is.
hard to make anything out. You get this sort of feeling for the relativeness of it, and you can almost sort of see some sense being made in the stars, in the cosmos. And you see all these paths leading nowhere infinitely, if you can kind of connect the stars, but there's one that leads further on.
Hmm. Is there a way I could do a history check to see if I can make more sense of it?
I don't know about history. I think this
Or
place
just
has
follow this thread that you just opened up, this one that leads onward?
maybe I don't know. You'll have to think about that one. You'll have to put that together. Clues.
Yeah. I remove myself from telescope, and if any of y'all want to try, be my guest.
No, I'm okay. Alfred Deer is what you said your name was, correct?
Yes.
Um, Tell me, has the god spoken to you lately?
He looks a little confused. We don't have time for gods. We're
We
getting
worship
to the
Satan
city
here.
of
What the fuck
gold.
are you talking about?
Well, I mean, the god or gods may have some type of semblance for what you're looking for.
Hmm. Only the map and the digging.
Hmm.
Oh. Do you know where we could
This
find a
is
good place to eat?
Eat. We don't have time for eating. We're getting to the city of gold.
Well, then how do you stay nourished? How do you keep your energy up?
Energy.
I grab him by the shirt and I say, if you don't tell me what I want to hear, I'm going to kill you. And if
Hey,
you don't die, I'm going to kill you again.
just get off me. What are you doing? You're interrupting my work.
What work? You're a crazy man.
The great work.
Uh, Jesus
Can I,
Christ.
can I cast like detect magic around and just kind of see like if there's some kind of like weird effect around him and this place in general?
Yes, sure, yes. Uh, you try to detect magic and you get a lot of uh, unreliable results. Seems like everything, everywhere.
Mm.
What do you know? What kind of can I tell what kind of school at least, or is it multiple schools all at once?
Just feels like multiple here, there, everywhere.
God, gotcha.
Are you gonna get mad if I try something?
If you try to swing at this man, yes, because we don't know the city's defenses yet. I would hate to try and run out of a place I don't have a map of yet.
I look for another door and I go through it.
Give me a perception check.
Zada, has anything popped up in the book yet?
16.
I looked at the book a minute ago and nothing has. I could look at it again, but I doubt not much time has passed.
Let's check it before we leave here.
Taking stock
I,
of more of the sort of eldritch, towering, circular city, there's a few things going on. Each direction is honeycombed with these tunnels. This great circle. You can't see all of it, but every the walls of stone. You're encased in stone. Deep underground. Um, allegedly, it's pockmarked. It's honeycombed with these tunnels going in, up and down in every direction. These dwarves working hard, expanding these tunnels just endlessly out and out, and everywhere you look at on the walls in this great circle that's been carved out. You don't know if any of it matches per se, but mm, there's a lot of paths to choose from. Um, you notice something interesting, Jams. Um,
Mm-hmm.
there is a man chained to an anvil. I say man in the uh, lightest of terms. He is huge, maybe 9 foot tall, red skinned, with patches of like black ebony scale on his arms and shoulders that are exposed as he works. And he has two of these great big horns that spiral like a goat's going up, and he has these big flared nostrils and two fangs dip out of this slit mouth. He's a very odd looking individual, very alarming looking. He's
That's
working
who I see
hard.
when I go directly out the door.
There's the door. You're in a city.
Mm.
I'm gonna walk up to him.
Those are the points of interest you see so far.
I'm gonna walk up to the red devil man.
Dragon Man.
Devil greets you, whatever he is, for lack of better adjective. Um, he is forging what looks to be a sword endlessly, smacking his giant hammer upon it. Um, he ignores you. Do you say something?
I'll say Anungun Rama. No, I'm just kidding. Uh,
Nerevar.
He says Kalima.
Anungun Rama is Hellboy's name.
Mm.
Yeah, I figured. Anyway, I'll say, sir, do you mind if I ask you some questions about your craft?
My name is Bloodwing.
Oh
I
yeah.
have been trapped working on making gates and fiendish metals. I whisper temptation to any who would free me. I will give you a weapon most dire, should you pay my cost in blood.
Huh.
Well, I don't use swords, so I'm good.
What exactly do you mean? What like literally
What's
like you
your
want vials of
cost?
blood? Yeah.
The weapon I forge for you will be bathed in the blood of these deep dwarves. Its power will be as much as you can maintain. A curse upon it, as well as a strength.
Hmm. Okay. And do I need to kill these dwarves for you to be able to do that?
Only unlock my chains.
All right, how much blood and how many dwarves give blood?
Do I get to pick what the sword looks like?
I'm still not entirely on this man's side. When he introduces us as Bloodwing and immediately asks us to give him blood and to kill all the dwarves here, I just got here.
It's
I
like
don't know all the
commands,
sides.
pretty clear.
this
Are
is
we in a dream? Like, it really doesn't matter, right?
Well,
So I can just
it
be
could just
like,
be another plane of
yeah,
existence.
right? We can
I
do
don't know.
this.
I don't know
So,
if we're still in a dream. Don't
right,
know.
who has you? I'll ask him, Bloodwing. Who has you trapped here?
The deep dwarves have entrapped me.
Ah, and are you
Why
very?
would they do that?
He looks a little confused at your question.
Probably
Doesn't
because he's
seem to
a
know.
super awesome blacksmith.
Jeez. No, I mean, like, did you deserve it?
His eyes kind of glaze at this. He doesn't seem to know.
It's like, dude, leave me the fuck
Just
alone,
odd,
man.
but he, yeah, it
Just
Huh?
curious.
seems like he only knows bits and pieces.
Well, he's chained here. We can go explore and come back to this. I mean, we can literally table this.
Hey,
True.
like, let's talk baseball or like, how many
Yeah,
weapons you can make, right?
I'm
So
not too motivated to kill all these dwarves or let you kill all these dwarves until they give me
yeah,
a reason to
I
let you
mean, do I
out.
get a bonus if I kill them for you?
I'm just asking
I'm
him
not
questions.
saying they're the greatest.
So, I'll ask him. Who is it? Do you have the name of a specific dwarf that keeps you here?
Specific dwarf? No, all of them will be sacrificed in the name of blood.
Well, there's got to be
No,
somebody
he's the
who's in
gen.
control of it. I mean, you don't seem real happy about being stuck here.
Don't just say all the dwarves. Use the generator and give me 20 dwarves.
It's
It's a
just me.
huge, sprawling city. You guys are in like this eldritch, like a cityscape. There's like a billion dwarves, right?
You keep using the word Eldritch, and so now this is going to become a theme. I'm guessing. I want to go find some kind of library or some repository of information.
Yeah.
Uh, if it's an
You can try.
eldritch city, do I feel anything um, similar within it?
Eldritch, that's a failing of my vocabulary. I think it's just non-Euclidean. It's built in a way that doesn't really make sense. It's circular and it's stacked like infinitely
Okay.
high, as high as you can see
Because I
ever.
was gonna say that since I have a level in warlock and have a
Yeah,
pact,
yeah. Not
if,
not
if
the
there's
not
anything.
the not the real Eldritch. It's just it doesn't make sense.
Got that feel to it, man. It's just got that
It's
feel.
It's almost MC Escher.
un. It's unknowable geometry.
All right. I'll tell Bloodwing. Look, can't say I can. I'm not going to promise that I can help you right now, but maybe I can come back and we'll talk to you later. Okay.
Uh, your reward will be as great as your appetite can muster.
Well,
Speaking of appetite, we need to find some food.
your comments seem uniquely sexual, and
That's always
Into
it.
that.
I am aroused.
I'm fucking into that shit.
Roll me arousal table, quick.
Find an arousal table generator.
Jesus, I'm sure it exists. Yeah, I'm gonna go try to find a dwarf that's not possessed by Satan.
Taking a walk in the grand city, you're met with it's almost like all the detail spent on this first central hub, and everything else just kind of copies infinitely. As you continue walking down the streets, you see the same building, the same dwarf, same activities, the same sounds, the same sights, the same smells. Just keeps going
Oh,
and going and going. Give me perception checks, please.
28.
Damn. I don't think.
25.
Okay.
21.
Uh,
It doesn't matter.
a
Yeah,
9.
got it. James explodes.
Yeah.
The one misnomer, the one repeated bit of info that grabs your attention in the honeycomb, sort of spiraling uh, dwarven tunnels that go off in every direction upon the wall. There is one tunnel that seems to be a hub of activity. Some dwarves in resplendent golden armor guard the entryway from some other dwarves in regular garb, seem like working, and they're keeping passage away from them.
I guess we're heading that way.
My detect magic should still be on. Am I getting a particular school from that direction, or more all schools?
Yeah, just like all everything. It's like detect oxygen.
A
Damn.
cacophony of magic essence.
Well, I guess we're going over there.
Look like you're protecting some stuff there, buddy. I like stuff.
Going over there, a crowd has gathered. They're saying, "Oh, we don't care what happens. We have to keep going for the city of gold." They repeat that line over and over. The guards, these two muscle-bound dwarves in golden armor, they have these big gold halberds. They say, "No, these tunnels are dangerous. No one is allowed in. We've already had several workers fall."
I cast command and I say I'm allowed in.
Okay, what's your DC?
18. Wisdom.
Just on one or both of them, James?
I can do both.
One word command.
Flee.
Alrighty.
I mean, you could also set allow.
Damn it.
Oh,
I mean, I could have said grovel,
you could have said obey. It would have just been a loop.
I guess. It's not necessarily supposed to be
Yeah,
the same spell as suggestion,
not
though.
bad, not bad. Ooh. One of the guards flees. The other guard makes no major movement. He doesn't even seem alarmed by his friend's actions. There's one guard entryway now.
I will tell him I want in there,
Fuck off.
and you're going to let me in there.
Are you commanding him again?
I'm
Does
not
the
commanding. I'll roll intimidation.
Okay.
does the hyphen in fuck off make it a single word or
Yeah.
That is a big old 27.
Mm,
I'm scary
roll
as
it.
fuck, boy.
Give me a disadvantage roll because he's
He did pass my spell,
staunch
so
and
he's kind of
Jorvenly.
Let's see this one. Wow, wow,
Oh,
wow,
did you
yeah.
actually get one?
wow.
No. No, you didn't.
Oh,
The gods have spoken,
okay.
Garrett.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's more than one ways to skin a cat, right? Bust his head open. You can scare him. You chose that way. That's good.
Quit making me wild waste spell slots, Garrett. Just move it.
I could just summon a bunch of badgers. That could do it.
What?
You heard him. It's not a free shirt.
It's not
Not a free shirt. What?
It's you donate, quote unquote $2 to get a quote unquote free shirt to wear
Oh
tomorrow.
yeah.
Yeah, I
By
know how to do that.
definition, that ain't free.
How dare
Oh.
that shirt be $2?
Yeah.
Using your celestial might, you sort of shake the dwarf out of his strange stupor that all of these dwarves seem to be in. His pale skin and small, almost vestigial eyes seem to widen as you yell at him with a bellowing tone to move, and he makes no chance to stop you as he doesn't try to stop you as you continue forward.
I walk through like I'm supposed to be there.
A tunnel of what you might expect. It is large, carved out of the stone, several dozens of feet wide and tall enough for you to walk without hunching down, but just barely. It's a little more short than it is wide, as you might expect. Scaffolding here and there in some of the weaker parts or some of the parts that are being carved out actively. There's deposits here and there, some of this like coal-like material. There's some shining gems on the wall, some places. Um, as you continue down, um, you see five dwarves, all kind of laid in the ground, quite dead.
Mm.
I'm gonna inspect their bodies.
Good. Getting close to them, you activate a trap.
Fantastic.
It's the
Give me,
bean farm all over again, Patrick.
All right. All right. What do I need to roll? What do I just
everyone, give me a
do for
con save of
that stuff?
16.
You do this to me. I'm
Oh,
a
nat
fish.
20.
I don't
21.
suggest you fail it.
A
Well,
con?
not my
Yes.
choice.
Wow. Hang on, I need real dice. I'm not gonna trust this thing to keep rolling for me all nice.
Well,
You
why,
hear me?
James? I mean, you rolled high enough earlier.
I need the
Uh,
gayest dice I can find.
I got the 21. I got 21. I got nat 20.
I got 14.
That's not good.
Ugh.
I got even at
Uh,
an actual 16.
target. That's good. Um, as you get in their vicinity, you start losing your breath, and seems to be some invisible gas that they have awoken in this tunnel, and all of you are kind of washed by this stirred up, invisible killer. As you breathe it in, those that rolled under 16 take 1d4 con drain.
Oh my God!
Oh.
God.
It's carbon monoxide.
Don't roll a
It's
4.
mimics.
For the love of God, don't roll a 4.
It's a fucking mimic.
Whoever failed, I don't remember.
Uh,
Not that big a deal, really, but don't roll a 4.
2.
Not my choice.
Wow.
Damn it, Zataran.
Of all the people
So
who
that's
doesn't
just
need to roll a 4, you were the one.
Constitution for Constitution is gone
Yes.
Yep.
forever.
Forever.
Are you
Wait,
I'm in-
serious?
Yeah, that's drain. Con drain.
holy shit.
Y'all are not gonna find any traps that do like 10 damage anymore as high level adventurers.
Shit.
It's got to be permanent effects that
Yeah.
Garrett gets done.
Or instant death.
All right, cool. There goes my modifier.
At least it
So
I
wasn't instant.
literally lost my modifier. I'm back. I'm at 0 modifier.
So what? You're
Still
back
at
to
+1.
12 health now.
I just lost 30 hit points.
30?
30. I was at 84. Now I'm at 54.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
All right,
Wow.
we need to get some plate armor, guys.
Magic.
I
I'm at
literally
81.
have
On.
more than 3 times your hit points right now.
You guys need to play defend the fish in fights from now on.
Yeah.
Well, like session 1, I got drained of a charisma, so with a negative
Well, I
1 on
think
that, and
I
now I
can
just got drained of 4 con.
You're
What the
getting
fuck is
sucked
this?
Hey.
off.
Hey, Forrest, if you want, I got a scroll that you can read.
Um,
I think there is like
You're
if
getting
you get
sucked.
hold to the stronger remove curse things like restorations and stuff,
Greater
it might
restoration.
fix you. Yeah, like greater restoration might fix you. I don't really know. But yeah,
yeah, is this like a curse? Can I lift this later?
you got F'd in the A right there, buddy.
Uh, yeah, perhaps greater restoration might do some good here and there. You never know.
It'd
All
be
right, good.
great if we had a lot of, one of those clerics that lot heal people and stuff.
What you talking about?
I know a guy, but he doesn't do a very good job.
I
Clerics
sort of
don't
know
heal
a guy.
people.
All right, now we gotta.
So, continuing forward, you have a new threat, an invisible one you haven't really dealt with. But now that you're going caving, you have this sort of this CO2 leak, or whatever it is, magic CO2.
I hold my
Magic.
breath and
Uh,
I spill the mimics.
Okay, that's one way to handle it. Give me a con save to hold your breath through this long run.
Gotcha. That's a
That
21.
Okay, okay. Hey, sometimes the simple solution works.
And
What else you guys got?
11.
I
Oh, you're
crush.
trying to do? Okay.
I just go to town in order to dip all of the supposedly dead bodies on the floor.
You feel like you're making it a lot worse. You're kind of just stirring up the air. You think to yourself, Yark, I probably need to run out of this deadly gas.
Absolutely not. That's the mimics talking to me. I'll just
Okay.
keep wailing.
do we know if this gas? Is there any
Is
way to identify?
flammable.
You haven't tried literally anything yet but holding your breath.
Is there? No, I'm asking. Is there a way to identify it? Like, is there? Can I roll to
Uh,
try to identify the gas? Like,
I
is there
don't
some
think
way to
so.
do
It doesn't exist in reality, kind of
it?
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me know after I've hit all of the mimics that are in here. And do they
Uh,
resist?
None of them
Gregory
resist.
deserves none of this.
DM, I have a
Alright.
question.
Hmm.
Uh, would I get any bonus to these checks because I would be wearing my Dragoness style Plague Doctor mask that I had
Yeah,
made?
yeah, that never comes up. Might as well utilize it.
I mean, I have it. I always have it on me. I
Yeah,
either put it on and keep, if I don't want to expend a spell slot for disguise or anything like that.
sure. This would be the time.
All right. Well, I
Be a
will.
little filter.
I
It's
will
not, perfect.
don that bitch on then.
Feel a little
I will.
safer.
I'll show it to. I'll point to the mask and show it to Gregory, and then point to my face and try to get him to turn into one on my face.
But he's gonna breathe it.
Oh,
He's your
fuck.
filter. Like
Well,
you
it
breathe
won't
this
work.
deadly gas.
Yeah, there's no way for him to. God damn.
Yarg, you hit all the bodies. Okay. They don't resist. They're quite dead. You do some horrific damage to them. What do you do now?
The dead bodies don't resist the damage.
You
I
sure
feel
do
so
wish you could
much
breathe right now.
I feel so much better that all of the mimics are definitely dead now.
Fair.
So I stop and be like, hey, it's good guys. I killed all the mimics.
Wish to speak, you must breathe.
Yes. That is what I do.
Hey, give me what did I say? A con save?
Yeah.
Yes. Another
Yes.
con save.
Save. You too, James. You failed your roll.
I
Oh
I think
my
I forgot about
god.
Oh god, a
that was the
natural
last
20.
that was
Oh
the
well.
last save. I just rolled it because you were saying roll it. I didn't know it was because he was going in there.
Yeah,
So yeah,
poisonous gas. Yeah, you don't care at all.
I snort up all of the poisonous gas in like doing the longest rail of cocaine you've ever seen, except like I snort up all of the gas and I got like a 29 for my con save. And I
Yark
just
works
breathe
in
it out
mysterious
and
Guys,
I'm
ways.
like,
guys, wait. I have an idea. I have an
oh.
idea. I have an idea. Hang on. How much water do we have on us right now? I know my
I don't
water's.
know, like a flask of water. I don't.
You don't have a decanter?
Don't look at me.
I do.
I
I have a
emptied out
water
my water
skin.
skin trying to like get the water from
Okay,
the
so
beach into me
hold
thing.
on. So here's my I'm what I'm thinking. Uh, so what we can do is this might be a little difficult to do, but I think that we can pull it off. I can cast water breathing, uh,
Oh, huh.
and we can put our water sacs on our mouths and use the water in that to breathe the water and get the oxygen from the water in our water sacs. Uh,
I can't see a way to Poke holes in that plan.
And even if any of the gas got into the water would filtrate through it because it would bind to the water. Uh, that's how water.
I should be able to do
And
that myself.
yeah,
I
you
so
should be able to
Yeah,
do it
you can breathe
without
underwater.
right.
well no, I'm saying I have a decanter of this water. I should be able to just produce like 5 gallons of water or 30 gallons of water, and then use my cantrip shaped water to shape it around my head like some kind of reverse scuba suit and just
Yeah,
walk through the water.
yeah. No, you're spot on with that. That's literally how
Yeah,
you can
sure.
do it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Technically, you could do that on all of us.
So,
Uh,
I'm
I'm
hard pressed to argue with this plan. That's magic, baby.
it doesn't say that I if I cast spell multiple times, I can have no more than 2 of its non-instantaneous effects active. Um, but doesn't say so. Instantaneous effects, the make it form into a simple shape. I can have that last an hour, so it's not instantaneous. So I can do as much as I want. So I can produce the decanter from this water, say geyser, and just like aim it down the hallway and produce 30 gallons of water, and then shape the water into enough little scuba heads for everyone.
Yeah. Okay. I'll cast water breathing. That goes on to up to 10 willing creatures, so I'll just cast it on all of us.
What's the time frame?
24
run.
hours.
Is it 24 hours?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, damn.
So,
All right.
so
Now,
that's,
now I had to re-up the water thing, the little water head thing, every hour. But
Be right back.
yeah, I can do that.
okay.
So I
Alright.
uncork the decanter. I say the word geyser. It just kind of shoot down the hallway, so water starts gushing out of it. It might push the dead bodies a little bit. I don't care.
It would also show us where the gas is coming out too, because we would see bubbles.
True. True. All right. Yeah. So I do that. Um, it says it stops at the end of at the beginning of my next turn, but since it's not a combat, I can just keep saying geyser, just fill the hallway up with almost ankle deep water, so we can see bubbles.
Yeah, yeah.
But then, yeah, I will use my cantrip shaped water at will, create little circular domes around everyone's heads of water that we can use to walk through the gas.
Wow. Man, if these weren't constructs of a dreaming god, those dwarves would be so confused. But luckily, they just look at you with kind of blank, mindless eyes as you do this wacky MacGyver situation, naked gun kind of thing.
You goddamn right.
I've seen a lot of creative uses of create water, but this is a pretty cool one. Yeah, yeah. You know,
Yeah.
with water breathing, it's a little uncomfortable at first. It takes getting
chaining
used
spells
to.
together is like fucking magic. Yeah.
Your
good.
body kind of rejects it at first, but once you get into the swing of it, you're able to sort of pass this killing field. Oh, oh, except for Yark, who's like snorting lines of it.
I'm assuming like that as soon as like I did my like, oh yeah, it's perfectly fine, guys. And like took a deep breath of all of this shit
Yeah.
that I realized that it was still really bad and burning in my lungs or
Yeah,
whatever.
definitely.
Like I'm assuming I can feel that it's not great
Your
and like
nose
I'm
hairs
just
visibly singe.
yeah, my body's just rejecting it and I realize that much. But it's like, oh yeah, shit, never mind, and then the bubble of water appears around my head, I guess.
Like, oh god, the fish is killing me! No, it's okay. This is nice.
I got a fucking smash his head! Oh, never mind.
That's kind of
I
cool.
can breathe it, guys. It's fine. It's fine. Don't smash his head.
Oh, real quick, which one of y'all are a paladin?
None of us.
Bams.
None of us, yeah.
Oh wait, cleric.
Yeah.
Sorry. Put the two and two together. Yes.
Oh, I was gonna say I
Cleric.
thought one was a paladin, but paladin or cleric.
I'm a paladin.
James is a cleric. Pitches.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I was with the check, and I was like, yeah, okay, conjuration, restoration, destroy ability scores. All right, good.
Do you have that spell to be able to possibly cleanse him of the effects of that gas, James?
He said he'd be right back.
Oh,
I think it's a level 4 spell, so should be.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he does have it because he's made a comment about it in the
look.
past.
I'm a paladin of violence. Look, I just, it's great.
I'm
I'll
sure they
cast-
do have a paladin of violence. I just don't know what it is.
It's me. It's just called Joey.
I know James talked
I'm
about
back.
doing.
Am I dying?
No.
I cast hammer.
Do you have that spell
Oh yeah.
to remove the effects of gas on
God damn it.
Sataran?
You talking about greater restoration?
Yes.
I need that shit too, and yes, I do have it.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm just trying to see if you have it and can cast it because the man has lost quite a bit, a hell of a lot more than the
I'm
rest.
waiting to see how much of this shit we're gonna take because if I do it now and we do more,
Did he
then
really
why the
not?
fuck did I do it?
You didn't hear any of that? What the conversation was just now, huh?
I think he did.
No, he just bounced back in. He
I was
missed a
getting
whole
dinner.
lot. Look,
Found a
yeah.
creative solution to the deadly toxic gas, so you guys can move on safely.
Yeah.
So, more
Lesser
dangerous.
restoration actually does it too. It looks like.
You don't have to worry about nothing because I'm a paladin of violence.
A paladin of violence.
Would it
Yep.
would it be would it be possible for me to just leave the decanter of endless water just uncorked and constantly keep filling the room with water as we tread the area?
Can't see why not.
It
All right,
says
cool.
endless, doesn't it?
Might
It
take
does.
it might take a whole lot of fucking time. But yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll just leave it uncorked and just leave the word geyser out and have it just point in front of us, shooing any dead bodies or possibly pushing any gas away, just in case.
Yeah. Can we
Discovered
also
a solution.
pay attention to the ground to see if we can tell where the gas is coming out?
I will
Yeah.
produce my candle of the deep so we can see under the water.
I will use greater restoration on the fish and myself.
Keep track of them spell slots.
That
That-
is all of my level 5 spell slots because those each take one. I can't use that on multiple targets.
Can you do it with lesser restoration, or do you have to use greater restoration?
I think Lesser does it too.
I imagine knowing Garrett, he likes the idea of using greater restoration more.
Yeah, I mean, I
think
get that.
Lester is to end temporary shit early.
No,
Is that how it
lesser is
works?
only for smaller things. Like say, you get poison, you can remove poison with lesser or lesser.
Okay, yeah, that was an older system. Yeah, that's how you get rid
See
of
fourth
Lester.
edition, blinded, deaf, and paralyzed.
Any reduction to one
Great,
of the
better.
target's ability scores.
Yeah.
You feel so much better, my fish.
All right, cool. So
Zata,
you're
don't worry about the candle. I don't just to help you out, and
I
I'll
wasn't trying to
cast,
roll. I was trying to
dancing
change
lights.
my modifier.
You can give me a nature patches if you want to try to divine what's going on here.
yeah.
I'll make sure to.
That's 12.
I'm
Sadly.
not sure. I mean, it's hard to track down.
Hmm. Okay. I don't know if you guys want to look anymore or try to figure out where the gas is coming from, or if you want to just say fuck it and keep going.
Yeah,
I was gonna wait till we got safe and light that shit on fire.
I'll look.
It's the
Truthfully, it shouldn't
it's
make
the
any difference
fucking
whatsoever.
mimics. I tried to show you guys, but nobody paid attention. But it's the mimics.
You're hurting Gregory's feelings.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
My pet mimic.
You're not
Wait,
supposed to
what?
mention it to him.
What?
You
No,
have
he
a
was
what?
there when I got him.
No,
No, it
He
was.
that was
doesn't
Garuk.
know.
Not mentally there.
Oh, well, okay.
No, that was
No.
Garuk. That wasn't Yart.
That was
Oh, shit.
definitely Karuk.
All right. That makes
Yard does not know that you have a mimic.
It's got mimicophobia.
While
Yard
Dathis is
has
looking,
a very deep and abiding hatred of mimics. One tried to take his arm off.
Yeah, I recall.
Yeah, but this is like a good one.
There's no such thing.
I'm gonna join Dathis
The only
and
the only good mimic is a dead mimic.
searching out
Yes,
for
right.
any of the gas fumes, like their
Give
source.
me a nature.
It should
It's
it should be
17.
filtering. Okay, well, it
Pretty
should be
good.
filtering regardless because of the water.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
not like
yeah,
one
it
hurts
is.
one way or the other.
As a scientific exercise, there does appear to be a crack in the ground that is sputtering little bubbles of some unknown gaseous substance out of the newly formed water.
All right, fellas. See? Bubble. Yark? Do you see the bubbles?
Yep.
Don't breathe them. Avoid those bubbles or else you're going to lose
Hang
a
on.
lot of health.
How do you do that with a bubble around your head?
Well, bubble's not around our head.
I thought I had a water bubble around my head.
Technically, it's not a bubble because a bubble is air and water. It's the reverse bubble. You have water and air.
It's a water bubble.
Does
My
anybody
head
have
broke.
anything? Does anybody have anything that they feel comfortable stuffing in the crack to try to diminish the amount of gas that's coming through?
I
I
could
sure do, but I won't
try
be
to
able
cast
to leave
mold
after
earth.
this.
Yeah, but that could also cause a cave in, so we don't want to do that.
I stick me loincloth in there.
It's cleaned.
I just cast inflict wounds on myself and it fucking ended all.
Maybe, maybe there's a dwarven therapist down here.
Highly
But there's a
unlikely.
bunch of dead dwarves in the area.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna go inspect one of their bodies, see what they got on them.
Watch
No,
out, they're mimics!
Wow, what do you think
mining
that session
tool,
looks like?
pickaxe.
Pitch goes to the therapist.
You ever see the Sopranos TV show?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yes, halfway because Laura, my sister, used to watch that shit.
Did Zadaran's health go back up?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if it it stayed
Sure.
that way or if it was still at the amount after the restoration.
Um,
Oh yeah, I get what you mean. Like, did his total go up, but
Yeah,
not his
it adjusts back.
actual level of health?
sure. Yes. Greater restoration, man. It's powerful.
Boom.
Uh,
Beautiful.
He basically had full heal cast on him or full restore.
Yeah.
continuing down.
I have one good stat. All right, as long as that one doesn't get lowered, we're good.
Continuing down.
Through the tunnel, you get to an end point, which leads to a train station, a great iron train sitting on tracks.
9 3/4.
The train
Train station.
is a mix of metal and steel and fire. A huge engine and metal struts make it large and intimidating. Its doors are open with sort of metal stairs going up to them invitingly.
What the
So there's
fuck
just a
she
train up in here.
There'd be a train in the tunnel.
Do we know
Ooh.
what a train is? Have we seen a train yet?
That's a good question. Yes, yeah, there's trains. We're at train level. They're rare, but occasionally.
I usually only see trains when I go up in Souffle's room.
Yep, it's true. Okay, then how about this?
You've seen rudimentary trains and
That's-
small ones, usually
what-
just like steam and all that, but this one is massive and seems
That's what I was about to say. In my
fiery.
travels and being a College of Lore bard,
hmm
have I seen anything like this personally to be able to explain to them?
Yes, but this is a shining example of train technology that you've not seen before. Some cultures that you've experienced have gone a little farther in their technology tree, uh, not quite mastering by any means, but understanding steam a little better, putting some burnable components, if not magic, into an engine to move tracks, usually for moving ores and heavy materials. Usually dwarves or something like that will have a rudimentary train. This is a huge, massive point of that technology.
I bet Garibaldi would be losing his mind over this.
He fucking would be. Do we see any gas bubbles?
No, no,
Nothing, so we don't need to worry about the water anymore?
no, no. You have passed that threat.
Okay. Um,
Surprise! You can't breathe. You're dead again.
while we're doing that, since we're out of that now, I had it somewhere. Where is it?
Fuck, it's too much water. You'll drown.
Zadaran, is there anything in those books of yours?
Good question.
Are the
I
boobies still there?
I opened the one that I have not drawn in that just has a picture in it, or just has pictures.
The boobies are still there,
The
but
boobies.
nothing else.
Yeah.
Do you have another blank book?
Yes, I took 5. I only drew in 1.
Can I have one, please?
Sure. I'd pass him one of the books of nothing.
All right, so I'll open the book up and hold it in my hand and rummage through my bag and pull out the self-writing quill that I took, and I'll kind of figure out how I need to activate it to self-write, and I'll just start talking so it can write notes down about what I'm seeing right now.
Hmm. It is quite a sight. Though the airship is a marvel on its own of technology and magic, this seems to lean more towards the technical side. A mix of just steel and construction.
Is there like a open door onto the train?
There is.
I approach the door.
Do you enter the train?
You want to look for some traps or anything? You know, I'm just saying.
I cautiously perceive the door, make sure there's nothing out of the ordinary, not after that gas trap.
Listen, don't be judgy. There might be a couple traps at the train. You can't just.
Are we
Train
killing
traps.
the giant underground worm?
Calm down, Inosuke. Give us a second.
Yeah, really. Fucking hell. uh, I'll take this time to explain in the simplest terms to Yark what a train is.
Oh no. I don't know if we have time for that tonight.
Oh no, we're not RPing that at all because that's gonna take a while.
So
I'll
telling me that this is a carriage without horses and underground, but not chained together back to back?
Yark,
No,
you've
I'm
been
not telling you anything. Get on this fucking train.
as we're doing that. I'll explain to Yark. Yark, you've seen a carriage, right? How it's got wheels. Well, this has wheels that have bars connected to each wheel that's connected to a means of movement that's fueled by coal, and as it pushes the power through it, it causes the wheels to turn
Yeah,
without
too
a
much.
horse.
Yeah.
So
Look, Yark, if you get on this thing, you get to kill more people.
yeah, there
Why
we
don't you
go.
hop on? Hop in the door.
Yeah.
I move out of the way.
Who do
Yeah,
I gotta
do it.
kill?
I move out of the way.
Do it.
Who do I
Friendly
gotta kill to
reminder.
get in?
You guys had tabled the demon with his offering. You know, the Faustian. Like this is
Yeah, he gone.
you pass.
We don't
I
want the
mean,
blood weapon.
Ain't no fucking way I'm going back through that shit for the demon, who
Well,
I already
you
didn't
already
like.
solved it. It's fine. But
if
you don't.
I
Yeah.
ever see him again, I might do that.
Yeah,
Don't
I
need
guess
You
swords, don't need them.
you won't see him again. He's imaginary.
I mean,
The sword we'd have gotten from him probably wouldn't be, but he
you know
I am
I
he's
remembering
going
where
away.
he's
I
at
do.
because if we come back through here, I'm not gonna go visit him
Yark,
again and be
we're
like,
not
how many
coming.
of those we gotta kill?
Just okay, Yark.
We're not
Okay.
coming back through here. This is a
Uh,
one-way direction. When you go through one door, the door closes. It's not openable again.
Yeah. Out of game, this is your chance. If you
Uh,
if you
Wait,
want to
is
interact,
he not
no
here
pressure.
right
I
now?
don't care.
I do have. I've been
What?
thinking about it. If we're not going to leave just yet, I do have something I want to offer him to alter for that.
The demon?
Yeah.
He didn't want anything but his
Dude.
freedom.
No, if we free
Wait,
him
he's
and
not
give him
right
blood,
here,
he'll make
is
a
he?
weapon.
Do we want to free a demon in the mind of a sleeping god?
I feel like this is
You're asking some tough
exactly against the thing we're trying to. No.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Can we free the demon, get the weapon, then kill the
Sky.
demon?
Okay, was he a demon or was he a devil type humanoid?
He was neither. He just looked. He had the.
Okay,
appearance
there you
of
go.
it.
I mean,
As
do we
people,
not really
you know,
care?
See, what I was going to do was
Question.
breaking those chains and him offering a weapon. I was going to let him use chalice as the base of it.
Hell no.
I also want to
I-
look at that telescope again.
I wanted. I
I mean,
wanted.
I would like sacrifice all of the little dream dwarfies
Well, we got 10 hours of water breathing. I can easily make us
10?
some more water helmets we can walk back before we take this train.
10.
We can.
We got like 20 more hours.
Oh yeah,
Want
24.
to
My bad.
remind, no pressure either direction. Just wanted to.
I
All
mean,
right.
I mean, do we want
Guys,
to?
if I
Whatever
had
you want.
found the proper
Wait,
spell,
would
I
I
was
have-
gonna like banish him, but you know.
wait, is this like we would have to like go back to find him?
There won't be any
Yes.
more gas. We don't have to worry about the gas anymore.
Oh no, that's a lot. That's a lot of walking. Like,
Uh,
I was thinking
It will
we was
seem
gonna,
like it'd be nothing, almost like
if
some
I
kind of weird
if I
montage.
Almost
if
like a
I
quick travel.
if I
Exactly.
ever saw him again, I would be like, yeah, how many of these fuckers do you want
This
me
is
to
your
knock?
last chance. Do you want a blood weapon from a demon?
Yark, do you want to
I
make some
always
stumps right
want a
quick?
new weapon.
Do you want
Well,
to
then
make
It's a
start
cursed
walking.
weapon. Need I
But that's
remind
not
you? And he
allowed.
admitted to that.
Curses are meant to be broken. Anyway,
No.
I mean, if he's here, if he's on, like, if I
do,
look
do we want to
around,
exhaust this city before we go?
do I see him before we leave?
Hey,
It's up to you guys.
Garrett gives very tempting things like this.
I'm looking. Is he?
I am.
here?
But the
I am up
bane
for it because I'm
usually is very
curious.
bad.
I'm down to go back because I'm curious. That's my character. So
Pitch, you don't want to have a weapon to
I don't need any.
utilize more. What if it's a shield?
It's a weapon.
Absolutely not. It better be the biggest, bestest axe that I've ever seen in my life.
all right, there's like
But
five
it
of
is
us. Let's just
big.
take a vote.
Yeah, I think one of us should do it.
No.
I'll do it.
Wait, is he here?
I'll do
I
it.
look
I'm-
for him.
I'm
Is he
down to
here?
go back, mostly because I want to look at that telescope again.
James,
We've been like walking for like a long time, right?
it's
No.
not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt any of us.
He's
If
Yeah.
not
I
in
see
the
him
previous
again,
room,
I will
right?
banish him.
Oh, don't do that.
Which is both freeing him and not freeing him at the same
Let's
time.
get the weapon and then banish him.
Yeah,
Everyone wins.
yeah, he's right.
It doesn't matter. The curse is still in the weapon. Whatever. Go get it.
I bet we walk back.
You walk back.
Wait, what? We're walking back?
Apparently.
Yark, do you want to make stumps?
I love making stuff.
This could be an
Start walking.
opportunity to make numerous stumpy stumps.
Fuck yeah.
Alright.
I run.
You
I'd
find
be li-
I run faster than everybody. I run so hard.
you find the same scene as you left it. One of the deep dwarves is hard at work on his grand telescope. Bloodwing is hard at work forging some metal. Though of course it's more of just a strike against this great anvil that he is chained.
Has he ever finished a weapon? Is the question.
Who do I gotta kill?
We don't know. I mean, this is a dream.
I'm gonna go look at the telescope again, see if I can perceive more through.
Uh, um, what level are you again?
Should be 13.
13?
Everybody 13.
Give me a D100 roll as you look through the telescope.
Jesus Christ.
I will walk up to Bloodwing.
Yeah, I've already shouted at him, who do I gotta kill?
He wants to kill
59.
them. He just wants to be freed. The blood, you don't even have to pay.
James, man,
Well,
just let
I
it
kinda
be.
want to.
Yeah.
Let it happen.
It is a wonderful mental endeavor to look through the telescope and you see the vast cosmos before you. It leaves you in an arcanic awe, but you don't have any greater permanent effects or anything like that, beneficial or otherwise.
Damn. You mentioned earlier there was like something that went further, and I wanted to see if I could get there yet.
If you had rolled slightly differently, perhaps. Bloodwing gives you the same spiel. He is a craftsman trapped working on giant gates and fiendish metals.
Wait a
I
minute. Wait a
whisper
minute. wait a minute.
temptation and reward those who would free him.
Guys, what if Bloodwing is actually the string that's being kept asleep, and the asleep part is actually that it's trapped inside of itself. Remember, he did slip up and say he just looks like that.
I mean,
But
I ran up to him and I asked him, "Who do I gotta kill to get a weapon?"
You need only unlock my chains.
So I hit the chains really hard with me axe.
They're probably magic.
Merely, the intent unlocks the chains.
Wow.
Cool.
The chains unleash from the anvil and his leg. The strange creature, demon red, raises his arms in great triumphant freedom. You see all the deep dwarves around you, the ones guarding the holes, the ones in their homes, the ones studying the telescope by Zadaran. All of them raise slightly in the air, and you see them exsanguinated, becoming husk, dry, and dead. The great pool of blood coalesces into a circular orb above Bloodwing. He raises his hands to the sky in reverence, as though he was praising his dark gods. And the ball of blood just kind of sits there spinning and coalescing like a great globe. The whole city exsanguinated in an instant. Um, and he says, "For you, I will forge a great weapon." Um,
You know,
raises his great hammer towards the anvil. Um, he says, "For each strength there comes a danger. How strong would you like this be?"
I want to be
We
able to
pick we
kill
picking like a number between 1 and 10.
everything.
Um,
a number between 1 and 10.
we'll start.
12.
Um, um,
Oh.
he says, stronger. And he slams the anvil with this great strength, and the blood kind of explodes out, and the globe becomes a little smaller. And you can see all the blood coalescing on top of the anvil. And he goes, stronger! And he slams it again, and the blood is the same thing again and again. And he says, this is a weapon of great strength, uh, but it only mildly, how should I phrase this? It only, there's still more potential. Shall I continue?
What? What? Like you could?
It's at
I can kill
one
even
bane,
more.
one boon.
You might be onto something there. You wish to go further.
I want to kill everything.
Oh, beyond.
Stronger. Bam. Roll me a D100, please, Yark.
Ugh,
Please get
I'm
100.
afraid. I'm so afraid. This thing's gonna make you explode when you touch it.
77.
Oh, that's a high number.
Let's see. Interesting.
Still that book that our dwarf boy over here was writing his stuff in.
Hmm.
I'm
Okay.
legitimately super excited to see where this is going.
I'm afraid. I'm so afraid.
Yorick doesn't
Uh,
realize the bullshit he's digging himself
We're
in. He's just excited
all
because he
gonna
said
fucking
that it could go
die.
better.
We're gonna die.
oh, interesting.
Garrett, I don't know at what point you think is too much, but that's the point he's going to stop you at. I just hope you know.
There's a limit, unfortunately.
Plus
Okay.
17, negative 17.
Like,
Uh,
yeah, you get to fucking
You
do an
get nothing.
extra 10 damage, but you take 20 damage that you don't get to have when you rage.
trying to make this easy. There's a lot of fucking writing. He says,
He can
uh,
re-roll, so there's not as much writing.
Mhm.
he says, there's enough blood for one more strike. Dare you take it?
Abso-fucking-lutely!
Christ almighty.
Bam. Uh, what? Think about what type of weapon you want while I read this, and give me another D100, please.
I'm very afraid.
God, yeah.
Alright, so, I don't know how much freedom you want to give me here, but like
Anywhere in the realm of reality.
my thought process
Big
is
sexy
like
flail.
is the perfect combination of uh so if you've ever seen like uh the way that uh these axes were generally made is usually like a Dane axe would be like a giant blade on one side with nothing on the other, or like some of the pole arms where you would have like a hammer on one side with maybe a pick on the other. But my idea is a hammer head on one side with an axe on the other.
Oh,
It's like
like
a
a
versatile
Like
warhammer.
weapon.
a war halberd or something. There's a term for that.
That's a
Where
warhammer.
it's
Yeah,
it
not.
is like
It's like
a
the
fucking
head
it's
cleaving
A war
basically
pick?
war
if
pick. Yeah,
I
I think so.
where I basically get to decide if I want to be a great axe uh or a what do you call it? A fucking is it a warhammer on the other,
You talking
or
about a
is it a
mall?
great
A
maul?
warhammer has a flat hammer side and it's got like a spike on the backside. Looking up images of it.
Oh,
But yeah, I was thinking of like the best of both worlds where you have like the axe on one side and the hammer on the other.
On the same
However,
side of the head?
No, opposite.
no,
Where he can flip it
opposites,
around
where
on
Opposite
like
you.
you
sides of
would
the pole.
basically
Yeah.
So,
spin it
like a
around.
shorter halberd?
Well, because a maul is just a hammer with the back of it being an axe. You could just do that. I don't know.
Yeah, where basically like if you had it's so difficult unless I'm looking at an actual picture, but basically the head of the weapon has a bladed side and then a hammer side. And one side is a axe, one side is a maul.
Yeah, that's a maul.
Do you want slashing or bludgeoning versatility at will, basically?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good, it's a cool thing. It's a well forged thing, I think. Give me another D100, please.
Oh, right.
So, like, halberds and pole axes had that. You would just
Oh
do, like,
wow.
one of those, but,
So that
shorter.
is a 2.
Ooh,
oh God.
A 2 on a D100?
Yes,
Yeah.
a 00 and a 2. So I got a 77 on the first roll and a 2.
I take my hat off and start playing
Whoa,
taps
mama.
on my saxophone.
Uh, every time you swing it, it's going to give you herpes.
Whoa.
I
uh,
don't I don't know how to begin to fucking write down what the fuck I have just created.
Please make
give,
him a fucking
So
zombie or something.
you're gonna have to give me directions.
yes, I'm trying to write it down now. Uh, yes.
This is gonna be like every time you wield it, you're blinded. A
Well,
two.
the boons and the banes are randomly rolled. Oh, so, let's see.
Well, if you take
Starting,
the feat blind fighting, you won't be affected at all.
let's see.
You basically want something that's kind of similar to Stormbreaker.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's what he's
I have
talking
no
about.
idea what
Yeah.
Stormbreaker is,
Um,
but I've seen sort of the weapon like as
Oh,
a
yeah.
real life weapon where it's more of like
the real thing.
a hammer end with like a spike on the other end usually, but I would prefer it to be like more like a Dane axe where it's like this. If you've ever seen like the Dane axes, the Nordic axes, where it
You
goes
want
out and
something
flares
similar
out
to
wide.
what I put in Discord?
Let me go over there.
Is that not a warhammer?
Where am I at?
It's basically it's like
Uh,
a
where did you
hammer
put
X
that?
hybrid.
What the fuck?
That's
Is it under? What's
Character
it
John,
under?
details.
whatever you just linked actually just brought me to a fucking website to buy blankets.
What?
Same.
The
Yeah, that
fuck?
link don't work, bruh.
Stabbing. Stabbing.
Where did you post that to?
No, I clicked that and it brought straight to where it was.
Schedules? No, I'm sorry. It's character details.
Character
Okay, I
detail.
think that's all you've built. So it's a
Yeah,
+3
it's
war
something
pick.
like that without the giant spike on the end.
It is a +3 war pick. It has slashing or bludgeoning versatility. It is
Ooh.
cursed. You must re-roll your highest stat. You can only use this weapon, and you can never be away from this weapon or have dire consequences. Change your alignment to chaotic evil, and you have an extreme fear of fire, and now take double damage from fire sources.
God
The war pick
damn.
is massive, infinitely
God.
sharp. It hums. It almost sings when you pluck the edge of it.
But
It
he's
even gives
chaotic evil.
yes, now
Yep.
yes.
How is that going to work with the rest of what we're doing? Like, is that just going to constantly?
Is that
That's up to him.
is that even remotely different than what you assholes are already doing?
No,
No, no,
I'm
no.
chaotic neutral.
They're technically good.
They're technically chaotic neutral in most of their
I would,
ways.
I would say that we're closer to chaotic neutral, maybe chaotic good. Because
The only action you have right now is to re-roll your highest stat, and then
Alright. I'm
we'll
trying
keep
to
an eye
write
on the
down
fire.
all of this stuff.
Yeah, I wrote it in the chat. It's a lot. It's quite
Yeah,
a build,
Make
I'm writing it down in my notes so that I have it and don't lose it
but it is
later.
+3. The most magical items in the land.
Josh
So what happens if
take
he
time and
does
actually
use
make
his
the
other
what you're
items
weapon?
and
saying is that he can sell it to someone
no,
for a lot of
because
money.
No, it,
No,
it always has to be with him.
What
yeah,
happens if it leaves him?
wait,
It
does
doesn't
y'all
he
would have.
return. I don't know.
does he have to
Uh,
attune to it first in order for the curse to take effect?
I
I assumed he would. Guess he
I would.
technically does.
I'm guessing like the way that everything is gonna work is it's gonna sort of draw me in, but like
It's fucking
if
frost, man.
y'all decided that you really wanted to, like a one of the high level remove curses could get it off me, and then you could fucking sell it off.
Could we
But
remove the curse from the weapon?
I don't think even greater
no,
restoration can
you
do
could.
No,
that.
No, you can't remove the
you
curse
removed the
from the
attunement.
weapon. You can
No,
remove the
sir.
curse from me,
Hmm.
and then you could sell that, and I
If
would
he
go
wanted to
back.
be free from
Yeah.
Yeah,
his
but
demon weapon, but this is
if
the
he's
weapon to split empires.
interesting.
Oh, I can take away the target's attunement.
Nice.
Okay. Shut up, Caleb.
So, so technically, James could just automatically remove his attunement right now, and then we could just go sell the motherfucker.
No, I can't.
Well, y'all would have no idea what the fuck is happening until after I start changing
Yeah, until the
the
curse
way
takes
that I
effect.
react, which generally speaking probably won't change that much. I'd just be a lot more.
Sinister.
Start
Yeah,
killing
I'll
babies
be
and shit.
much more prone to violence.
Oh, more.
You swung at a guy who's a messenger for a god.
Let's hit
Like
babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just me because I'm curious.
This can only end well.
I'm curious about what happens if I separate your torso from your legs. I'm curious. Who knows? Could be
Yeah,
fun.
I mean,
Could be fun.
like he looked like he was still part of that water thing.
So that 2 was the extreme fear of fire and double fire damage.
Maybe.
It's almost like you wrote these in order, Garrett.
That doesn't make any sense at all. How fucked did you get on your stat reroll, if you did?
I haven't done that yet. I need to
Oh
do that
my
now.
god. What if he rolls like a 2?
That one's
Oh,
dangerous.
You
dude.
know what the funny
Your
part
strength
is?
becomes a
Is
2.
my highest stat is strength, and I am wearing a belt of fucking strength, so my strength won't change. It's locked in at 21.
Wait. Why would it not change?
because the belt is
Says it
what's
can't be any
making my
lower.
strength 21.
Wow.
If I had a strength of 2 or a strength of 18,
It automatically
which is
makes the
what my
strength 21.
original was,
Wait,
my
how many
original
items can you have attuned to yourself?
3.
3, but I only have 1 attuned item.
I was just curious.
Wait, I might have 2 actually. I gotta check
I
that.
mean, you got 2 now for sure.
I don't actually know how to.
Well, he's
Yeah,
not
I only
exceeding
have.
the 3.
I have a belt of hill giant strength that makes my strength 21. So
Ah,
yeah.
fuck it, do it. If you ever take the belts off, though, you might die or
Yeah,
some shit.
I will get fucked if I fucking ever remove this belt, but yeah.
Is this just a flat roll, Garrett? Like he doesn't get anything else?
Like
No
you're rolling
rerolling
the rest of your
ones?
stats.
So how do I re-roll it? How do you want me to do this?
It's been 8,000 years
The
since
way we rolled our
You
stats
did.
was
Roll
4d6
4.
got the lowest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want me to do
That's standard.
4d6 or do you want me to do 3d6?
46. Drop the lowest. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
4d6?
Well,
Yeah,
that kind of
3 to 6 is
prevents anything less than 3.
harsh. Yeah, 3 to 6
All
is
right.
gonna be harsh.
Yeah, so I end up with a...
What if it's more?
God, how stupid would that be?
absolutely not, because I had a 18 originally.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
that
I
can only
think
be
I
18.
actually... I burnt a lot to get to 18. I don't think I had originally an 18. I think I spent actual... And you know how you get the feet versus whatever? Like, all but one of my things have been just pumping it into strength this whole time. And then I got the belt, and then I was like, well, fuck, I just wasted a bunch of shit. But yeah,
Well,
anyways,
you
I
gonna
ended
roll
up
it in real
with
life or roll it out in public?
well, I ended up with a 15.
Oh, that's not so bad.
I mean, it's like you said, it doesn't change anyway, so.
Yeah, a 6, a 5, and a 3. So that's 11 plus 3.
That's a 14.
Yeah.
Are y'all rolling for a new
Yep.
character?
Nope. I fucked it up.
He
Yeah.
got a cursed item and it's making him re-roll his highest stat.
Oh, that's weird.
Pretty fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna write that down just because I don't really know how to do that in.
You'd have to. We'll take care of that after the game. I can walk you through it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just write that down for right now. But yeah. So yeah, my actual strength score in the future is a 14, not a 18. Oh my
Oh,
god, that is
you can change if you go into D. Are you using D&D Beyond?
yes.
Okay, if you click
If you edit your character, you can go to your stats and change all that.
if you click the strength stat and then you go to override score, you can just make it whatever you put into override score.
Oops.
So just type 15 into override score, and that's what it'll be. Oh, never
If you're still
mind.
wearing the belt, you just make it whatever the belt is.
Yeah, that never mind. I forget
Well,
the
I
belt.
mean the belt is doing its thing.
Yeah, that's
automatically
what your
calculated, yeah.
actual thing is going to be.
Yeah,
And that's what you're rolling with, so you
Uh,
want to keep it that way.
Exactly. I would
right-clicked
just
on it.
use it.
Yeah, but anyways, I do have it written down in my notes that my strength is now 14, and so if something ever happens where I lose the belt or whatever, we should be able to reference that.
Garrett's
But
scribbling down. Take
Take
his
the belt.
fucking.
Take
yeah,
the belt.
yes, a
Throw fire at him.
anti-magic burst destroys any magic items any of you are holding.
Every enemy's gonna have fireball from now on. The demon
Right.
and his circle of blood, and his anvil and his chains, and the dwarves that he sacrificed all dissipate into nothingness. You are left with silence and your sins.
And your sins. You killed imaginary things. How dare you?
Yes. I love it.
I steal the constellation book and start reading it.
You have a very well mapped constellation tracking of the sky that doesn't exist. Still cool.
Doesn't exist
Still
yet.
cool.
All right, we go back through the tunnel and we hop on the train.
On to the magic train in this magic land.
Take a
On the
ride on my
magic
fun
train tracks.
train.
Getting on the train, you find a sitting room with comfortable chairs. As you all sit there and get kind of settled in, you hear a lurch from the train as it starts off, though there is no sound from an engine or steam being vented or anything like that. It kind of just moves, seemingly from nothing. You travel for a pretty short amount of time. It feels like only a few moments, and the front door again opens to let you
Thank you.
exit.
You done? Really? Sorry, I'm talking to my girlfriend.
No, you're fine. Okay, who's going first? It ain't me.
I'll do it.
Evil Yarg.
No,
Very
I'll do it. I'll
That's all you're gonna refer to him
I'll
as.
step up and I'll walk to the door and stop at the threshold and look around and see what I can find if there's anything that looks harrowing before we all walk through.
The front door exits to a vast gray battlefield, drenched in mud and a dour gray sky. Wide, wooden guard towers stand on a great empty plain, cracked and broken, falling apart. The ground is awash in misting rain, along with wet pools of blood and oil. Huge ravines dot the landscape, falling away deep into the ground, vast canyons on the landscape. Um, you see, ahead of you, clockwork knights lay in broken, shattered death, along with their opponents, apparently, gray-skinned stone men who are cracked and shattered.
Uh, um,
Raining lightly on the dour gray landscape.
I'll step through the door.
Step into a muddy wash, your boots getting caught in the sticky, deep mud from the wet. Your the only color around being the red of blood.
Does it
I
look like
guess
there's
I'll
any
walk
movement?
forward.
Continuing through the remains of the battlefield, you see this like great pitched war between these clockwork knights and these stone men. You see the ravages of these gears and this oil and these clockwork men that have been smashed and broken, and these stone men of gray skin that have been crushed and their strange gray organs exposed in death. Um, keep walking forward on this like infinite gray plain between and you're equidistant between these two guard towers along the path, one on the left and one on the right. You hear this great war horn bellow from one of the towers, and um, you hear thunderous cries as soldiers pour out of the guard towers. Clockwork knights rush forward in this unnatural, stilting way, while the gray-skinned stone soldiers rush out to meet them with these heavy stone weapons. You're caught in the middle of this pitched battle, or the beginnings of it, uh, for next time on D&D. That's right.
My God.